Broadcasting live from the attic. You can check out my website, thehohoshow.com. You can follow me on Twitter. You can email me, hoho@thehohoshow.com. You can check out my YouTube channel and find me on Facebook. Telephone number, as always, 217-917-4405 if you want to call and be part of the show. A proud member of Weaponized Sloth Productions, so welcome to the Ho-Ho Show. And as always, I am your host, Ho-Ho. All right. Well, guys, it's just another Manic Monday. I love song titles and things sometimes. It's great. So I've been messing around with a bunch of settings here in OBS and just trying to utilize tools a little bit better. You know, now that I've got now that I've gotten everything set up the way that I'm wanting it, just kind of getting settings put in there to where I can actually utilize it and make things look better. So, you know, I'm still doing a lot of tweaking, you know, a lot of messing around with things and whatnot. I haven't broke anything recently, though, so that's good. You know, I was messing with, I don't recommend doing this. I was messing with overclock settings in my BIOS and whatnot, and with what I did, quite a few different times I made the computer crash. Several different times. Got in there, was able to fix everything. I mean, it wasn't a big deal because that kind of stuff, it's pretty easy to fix, and it's really hard to really break something beyond the point. You know, foobar, it's kind of hard. So I didn't have any of those instances, thank God. I probably shouldn't have done what I did. That's all right, though. But, you know, I got it, you know, a slight overclock on it, not real dramatic. But, yeah, geek people understand what I'm talking about. So, good times. But yeah, so I've been playing with settings, enjoying things quite a bit. So I've got a handful of things I'm wanting to get to today. And by the way, welcome Spreaker, welcome Periscope, welcome, holy crap, let me get in here. All right, where'd I go? Okay, welcome Spreaker, welcome Twitch, welcome YouTube, Facebook's Mixer, and Periscope. Did I say Periscope? Yeah, whatever. Anyway, forgot to hit that mute button again. I'm going to have to fix that. I'll fix that later, post-production. I'll fix that. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into some news. I'm going to start off with, my favorite topic of all time, gun control. Yeah. Am I done gun control? Yeah, let's do gun control. I'll go ahead and start off with gun control. Why not? Good times. But really, a pop-up? I love pop-ups because they always pop up all the time. It's horrible. Anyway, this headline, it actually comes from the Daily Wire. And this is just a clear and evident picture. And truly it is. It's a picker, you know, off of Twitter, of how the left really don't know what they're talking about. I mean, of course, we all know this. Second Amendment people, we're aware of this. We know this. We get it. We understand. But the left just doesn't seem to. Son of a bitch. Oops. Yeah. So the left just doesn't seem to, get it whatsoever. And so the headline is, gun control activist post tweet of scary looking rifle, pro Second Amendment activists, you just prove our point. You just proved our point. So that's what the thing says. And is basically what it is. Some gal, I don't want to mention her name because it doesn't even matter, but she posts a picture of a rifle, and she puts in here that, you can buy this at, the store, and then if you're 18, tell them no gun until 21. At least she rhymes, so that's a bonus. That's a plus. We like rhyming and things, it's very, very good. But a Second Amendment advocate, he goes on there and he goes, don't look now, but this person, just your ignorance is showing. You literally picked the least dangerous rifle commonly used by adolescents for target practice to demonstrate that it's too dangerous for adults only because it looks scary. Now this rifle, oh yeah, in their mind, I can see how this would look scary, but the problem is it's a bolt action 22. I mean, come on. They're just doing nothing more but demonstrating how little they actually know about ballistics and calibers, and just figured I'd share that with you. I mean, it's horrible. I mean, you really think that they would. I mean, again, it's one of the things that they don't really care about that. I mean, they don't care about the ballistics. They don't care about anything. Truth be told, they want, they want a gun-free society. What they don't realize is the more gun laws they write, the only thing that they're doing is taking guns away from law-abiding citizens and making themselves more vulnerable to attack, because you take away the guns from the law-abiding citizens, only the criminals have weapons and they don't care about laws. By banning all this stuff, all they're going to do is make it a heck of a lot easier for it to be purchased on the black market. That's it. That's it. They don't seem to quite understand that. But the Justice Department, this comes from CNN Politics. The Justice Department, they roll out a new effort to counter gun violence. And one of the things that they're writing about in this article is more or less putting not doing anything to people, but putting stiffer penalties in there to force people, or to force entities, government entities, states, in order to, for them to report to the FBI on everything, for the firearm background check thing is what they're talking about. Words. It's a great thing. I love words. Yeah. So that's more or less what they're talking about. And of which case, with that type of a thing, I am way more prone to agree to something like that, to where, okay, yeah, there has been instances that people have lost their lives because, the proper agencies was not reporting things to the FBI as they were supposed to, by law already supposed to. So, I mean, again, this is just another, another good indicator and a demonstration of how more laws isn't really going to help, because what you really need to focus on doing is enforcing the laws that you already have. Again, I forget whom it was that said this, but, a gun law, there's no gun law on the books that would have stopped this tragedy, and the gun law you write tomorrow isn't going to stop the one that's coming next week. There's no amount of more additional gun laws you can write that's going to do anything to help the situation, because it's not a problem of law. It's a problem of enforcement of the law. Biggest part of the problem. It's just what it amounts to. So moving on, the next story. Yep, here we go. Now this one is from Reuters, whatever. In bout to NRA, Trump throws gun purchase age to states. or to states' courts, whatever. Now, again, Second Amendment shall not be infringed. However, at least I do like the idea that they are acknowledging the 10th Amendment and saying, you know what, this isn't for us to decide because we are restricted by, the Second Amendment shall not be infringed. However, in a matter of speaking, so are the states, and they don't have the right to choose that either. They really don't. But I do like the idea. Of course, I live in Illinois, so I'm screwed. We're screwed here, when it comes to gun laws and whatnot. We are one of the 6 only states that do not have anything on the books whatsoever, coming legislation or already passed legislation giving teachers the ability and certain, employees of the school district to carry firearms in the school, in the classes. So we're one of only 6 states that don't allow that. But Donald Trump is saying that he's going to push this law back to where he's going to leave it up to the states. 10th Amendment, and that's kosher, that's cool. I still wish they'd just leave it alone. Second Amendment, come on, guys. Shall not be infringed. I don't see the difficulty in understanding that. But at any rate, that is my gun stuff for this, for today. At any rate, so I've got a few other things that I'm wanting to get to, of course. However, in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and take a quick break. Let's play this song. Good song, by the way. And just a few minutes, I'll be right back.
I'll be 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 back.
I'm back.
I will never send troops anywhere on a mission of that kind without telling them that if somebody shoots at them, they can darn well shoot back.
Welcome back. So, the next direction I'm wanting to go is the other absolutely loved topic that I have, and that is immigration. Now, this article that I found, it is from The Blaze. Headline is Media Vilify Border Patrol over viral video of one mom's arrest, but ignore why she was arrested. So this is just a, what this article says. I mean, it very much just points out how the media just picks and chooses the news in order to, just spin it how they want to, not really truth-based and factual-based, but they just spin it in a way that advances their narrative. And that's exactly what this article is demonstrating, because this is using the same scene, and it talks about how, let's just go ahead and get into the article. So the media had a field day with the U.S. Border Patrol's arrest of this gal on March 3rd in Southern California. So she was an illegal alien who was arrested on video while her children screaming in the background, and the video has since gone viral. So more details behind the arrest has emerged. However, the facts tell a different story from the emotionally charged video that made rounds on the internet. Yes, they love emotionally charged videos. Absolutely. Big surprise there. So the dramatic video of her arrest sparked controversy over the globe last week. The viral video showed agents arresting her, restraining her, placing her into a waiting vehicle, while the children were screaming in the background and could very much be heard in the video. So Vice News published they published the news item about the arrest entitled their piece, "Watch Border Patrol Rips Mother Away from Crying Children." The BBC, immigration agents detain mother in front of screaming children. Let's see, the UK, where is she going? Screaming children. They're all pointing this the same direction. A mom getting ripped from her children, tearing a family apart. This is bad. We should not be condoning this type of behavior. We need to stop this and just allow these guys to stay here legally. Here is what they wasn't reporting on, and that is why she was being arrested. So the U.S. Customs and Border Protection of San Diego Division, they tweeted an update on the arrest, telling people that she was arrested because she was a human trafficker. She had been wanted for, since January of this year. But yeah, she was a human trafficker. Okay? And this is the type of person, this is the type of activity that the news media wants to protect and are saying is okay, because the only thing that they're interested in isn't the news. It's not the news. Not at all. Media guiding perception. That's what it amounts to. That's all it amounts to. And that's one of these aspects of mainstream media that sickens me. Absolutely. And truth be told, it really should you. Very much. It sickens me. Because it's horse crap, Why can't they just go along, and why can't they just report on the news? Take the good, take the bad, give it to everybody, and let them decide how we should do this. Because, used to, back in the day, we got information from people who were respected. We were trusted with forming our own conclusion. We didn't need the news media to guide our thoughts and to, alter our perception. They gave us the news. Nowadays, they don't care about the news. They just want to tote the party line. They have an agenda and they go to it. And that's, the only type of news that they give, or the only way they spin the news that they receive, is by toting the party line, by guiding people's perception of the reality of what's going on. And it's a sad day. It really is a sad day. Why don't they, they think that we're all stupid. They treat us like infants. Why? Well, I guess we are dumb enough to fall for it, because how many people actually dive deep into an article to really fact check what the news media says? The people who watch news, mainstream media don't do that. But hey, there you go. I digress. I wasn't wanting this to be an angry one. It happens sometimes. I'm passionate about this crap. Passionate. So, all right, moving on. The next article in here that I was looking at, and this one is, I gotta admit, I don't get it. Really? Oh, of course, you're going to play a video. Sweet. Yeah, I don't... in a matter of speaking, I can kind of understand what they're doing here. Let's just go ahead and do the headline. CNBC CNBC. Yeah, I said that right. Headline, Trump wants a phase 2 of tax cuts. I don't understand why he's wanting to do. Okay, I understand why. Okay, why? Stop, rewind, play. I don't get why he's going towards a phase 2 in the tax cuts, considering there's so many other things that he could be, should be, campaign promises that he made that he should be doing. Okay? But an aspect of this is he's trying to capitalize on his voter base with something that he did right. He's wanting to capitalize on that, and he's wanting to, make people happy because he's getting so much pushback on some of the other stuff he's wanting to do, trying to do, and trying to get done. So, I get it. But at the same time, it's like, why can't you just move forward? Why doesn't he just get out there in front and say, yes, this is what I'm trying to do. I would love to do this. However, unfortunately, I can't because I can't because, Congress isn't interested in keeping their campaign promises. Bottom line, because that's more or less what it amounts to. That's what, in a lot of, I give him credit where credit is due, okay? With what he's been able to accomplish, he's been able to accomplish everything that he can through his own power. For the most part, what is left is stuff that Congress has to do himself. Granted, there's still a lot that he can do as far as draining the swamp with, the different agencies that are out there, okay? The EPA, the Department of Transportation, Department of Education. There's a lot he can do in those areas. He's not going to be able to do a single one of them without pushback. But there's still a lot in those areas that he can do. Why doesn't he focus on what he can do, leave Congress to do their job, and feel free to go on the social media, stand in front of a camera, and say, they're failing you. I'm not. I'm doing what I can. I'm draining the swamp. I've done this. I've done that. I've done the other. I've done exactly what I said I was going to do whenever I got here. These guys are not allowing me to finish my promises because they're not completing theirs. Why don't they say that? Why doesn't he say that? It would really help his numbers a lot instead of basically just ignoring it and doing things like this, capitalizing on a high point. Anyway, moving on. Let's see. I did that one. Did I do that one? Yeah, I did that one. Yeah, I did that one. Oh, yeah. There's this one. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Let's do this one. I'm going to do this one. I'm going to go on a quick break. Hold on. I'm just kind of checking something else. Yeah, well, I can do that one too. I'll do that one last. And that one. Okay. So, this next headline comes from NPR. Headline, Republicans on House Intel panel conclude there was no collusion with Russia. Now, again, this is an aspect of we already knew this. We totally already knew this. Yeah. We knew this already. So, why... Here... Okay, yes. People on the right, we already knew this already because, let's face it. If they had anything, if they had any real hard evidence, they would have released that a long time ago. They would have basically buried him with that information. The only thing that they've come up with is hearsay, is stuff that isn't verifiable, is unprovable, and that's the only thing that they've come up with. Suspicion. That's it. They overlook things that Obama has done, overlook things that Hillary Clinton has done, and what Bill Clinton has done. And the only thing they want to focus on is basically a dossier that was fraudulently put together. Not fraudulently put together. It was put together using pure fiction. They knew this. They didn't vet it. They just looked at the source and said, he seems like a trustworthy individual. And that's it. So we knew that it wasn't going to go anywhere. They knew there was nothing to it. And if there was something to it, they would have released it, and they would have just, it would have been filling the news feed, period. We all know this. So the fact that it took them so long to even come up with anything, yeah, it's pretty obvious they had nothing, which is also sad because you think about all the money that was spent in this investigation, all the man hours, all of the resources that was spent and tied up in this investigation just for them to find nothing. You know, hey, I want my money back. You know, that is, they should have done their job from the very beginning, taken that dossier, researched the dossier, vetted it, looked into it right from the start. And they never would have done this level of investigation because they would have known at that time that it was a waste of time, waste of money, waste of resources, waste of manpower. But they still decided to do it. Why? They wanted to bury him. They wanted to get rid of him. That's all it amounted to. They wanted to get rid of him. They were hoping that by spreading the lie, people would believe the lie and they'd be able to get rid of him. But people on the right never did. We never did believe him. So, quick break. I made a couple mistakes on here, just so you guys know. Spreaker, I'm going to have to delete that, upload it, audio, I'll do that. And then the same thing goes with Facebook. Screwed that up too. So, afterwards, I'll have to upload the video. But, you know, it happens. We all make mistakes. I ain't going to hide mine. I ain't going to hide behind them. I'll let you guys know. All right, well, quick break, and I shall return.
I'm Barack Obama, and I approve this message.
Oops. That was the wrong one. Let's try this one.
I'll be
There we
back.
go.
I'll be back. 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 I'm back.
I believe that our problem has not been that anybody in our country is undertaxed. It's that government is overfed.
All right, welcome back, guys. All right, this next article that I got comes from the Associated Press. I've only got 3 more articles, that's it. That's all I got. Almost done, actually. That's pretty cool. It's going to be my shortest stream ever. Half hour, that's all I've gotten. So the headline, U.S. sets new record for censoring withholding government files. So basically this past year, the most instances where the White House, where the federal government just basically withheld the information. They said that, it was highly redacted, or we couldn't find it, or we couldn't find it, and even if we did, it contains, what's the word they used? It contains highly sensitive information, and we can't give it to you anyway. So I got to be honest with you guys. I have a problem with how our government handles information. Anything that they just basically don't want the people to see, they classify it as classified, highly classified, and just however many levels of classification there are, top secret, blah, 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 blah. I don't know. There's quite a few, at least 3, as far as my limited knowledge goes. But even still, I have a problem with that for the simple fact is, I understand some of it, because if it does put, our servicemen and women in jeopardy, if this information, if it were to be released, if it is going to, report on, movements of this, that, and the other, and, just simply put people's lives in danger, then yes, keep it classified until such a time that it no longer puts people's lives in danger, and then release it. Okay? The original purpose of classified information was to keep other countries from knowing our movements and knowing what we were doing in national defense. That was the whole purpose of classified. That was it. It wasn't to hide information away from the people, like what they use it for now. It was to hide troop movement, military information from getting into the hands of our potential enemies or even our allies. That was the whole reason why we did it. And it has been used and abused for so long, we don't even know what the original intent was. That's just the way that it's been for quite some time, So it's annoying to me when you have things like this pop up to where it's just withheld. They lost the files. They don't know where it's at. And, the all favorite fall to thing is, highly redacted to the point to where, why did you even release this document in the first place? There's only 5 words that I can read on this document because everything else is blacked out. Well, what was the point of you even releasing this document? Because you didn't release the document. It's redacted. It's the same stinking thing, Makes it to where you can't comprehend anything with it. So, yeah, there's my rant on that. You get the picture. All right, so this next article, talking about YouTube, actually. Gotta love YouTube. CNBC, another one. How YouTube research pushes people towards conspiracy theories and extreme content. Extreme content, yes. I mean, come on, guys. We all know this is how they do it. Extreme content, it pushes viewership. People like to see that kind of stuff. And in a lot of cases, the more outlandish the content, the more views you're going to get on it. It's simple marketing. That's all it amounts to. Yes, they push it towards people. Why are we confused about this? It's like the article I read a while back ago with the people in San Diego, California, protesting against Apple for making addictive games. Whoa, wait a second. You basically are wanting Apple to hinder the performance of your phone because you're addicted to it. Okay, so then whenever they hinder this, the different functions of your phone and limit its usage to where you'll get off of it more, well, then you're going to be mad because you can't use your phone for what you're wanting to do, and then you're going to be complaining because they've backed that down. Yeah, stupid people. But yes, extreme content, it pushes viewership. Obviously, they want you to watch it because they know the more outlandish the content. And I don't knock it. I mean, I really don't. I mean, don't get me wrong at all. I'm not knocking that type of thing. It's marketing. That's how YouTube makes the money. We are the commodity for YouTube. They make their money off of viewership. So yes, that's how the business works. You know, you have really, really got to get in there with settings in order to fine tune everything to only get, basically, I don't want to say only get what you're wanting to see, but to give you the most control over what you see. You've really got to play with it.
Ladies.
So yeah, you've really got to mess around with the settings in order to... Well, that's an oops. I don't need that in there. I don't even know why that's up. Let's hide that. There we go. All right. So yeah, there's that story. Moving on. Moving on. The last one I got for you. Now, this is not the first time I have been hearing about this type of technology. I know Amazon has been, you know, working on it for a while, trying to basically see how viable it is. So this headline comes from the Wall Street Journal. Headline, coming soon to a front porch near you, package delivery via drone. Now again, I've been hearing about this for a few months now, you know, and quite personally, I don't know how viable it is. I don't know how quickly this is something you may end up seeing, you know. People whom live more or less near a distribution center, you know, within a certain radius of that, sure. You know, where I'm at, I don't see this affecting, at least in the current state of how drone technology works with the limitations of battery life, distance you can fly, different things like that, at least on a consumer level. I'm sure with commercial level drones and whatnot, it's a little on the better side. But the picture that they have on here, I mean, this is, you know, I've got a smaller version of this drone myself. So, and I suck at flying that thing. Holy crap. I wreck all over the place. It's actually kind of neat looking. What does that have? Oh, it's got a UPS box in it. Isn't that spiffy? So, but yeah, you know, I don't really see them using this for, you know, for where I live because of how close I am to a distribution center. I'm not very close. You know, this might be something that they use in a matter of speaking in, you know, for cities and stuff like that that's closer to a distribution center. But I don't know how viable the technology is really going to be, or the usage of it. But if anybody's going to do it, I would definitely see, you know, Amazon in a lot of ways, because I know that they've been looking into it, you know. But even still, it's one of them things, we've talked about this before. It's, you know, looking at technology, where we're at, where we're going. And I mean, it is exciting. You know, it is very exciting to look at where we've come from, what we're doing now, the things that we're looking to do, and we're already trying to, you know, get these technologies, and just overall what's coming in the future. I mean, it's pretty awesome. It's a very exciting time right now. You know, very, very exciting time in the aspect of technology. Very, very cool. Well, guys, I thank you very much for joining me and watching the show. So don't forget to hit that like button, give me the thumbs up, and hit that subscribe button. You'll also get, you know, notifications every time I go live and anytime I get a video uploaded. So y'all have yourself a wonderful day, and I will catch you next time. Bye.
I'll be back. I'll be back.
No, I'm not. Yeah, no.
John the non-believer. John.